Against the flow.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the podcast. This is ATF, the podcast with me, Jordan, and I'm excited today because I have a very good friend over here. You might know him as the winner of Pilipinas Got Talent season number 1 when he did ventriloquism, with his famous puppet. And what else can you say about him? He's also known as the Bible Ninja. You might know him as a kuya, and he's also a pastor. So without further ado, eto na po. Please welcome Ruther Orquilla.
Hello, kumusta Pastor Jordan? Ay, thank you for having me over. Hindi naman ako winner sa PGT, top 6 lang.
Okay, para sa akin, winner ka. Oo nga pala. Okay.
Si Jovit yung winner niya.
Oh yeah, God bless his soul. But yeah, thank you for coming. It's good to have you here in the East. He's from the South.
Oo, buti na lang kasi kaya nakarating kami dito dahil suspended yung classes. So walang ulan, kaya nakarating kami dito.
Walang ulan and then wala din pasok, kaya okay yung
suspended of classes, walang ulan.
yung ulan ng suspended pala.
Siguro hindi sila nagkakaintindihan ng ulan. Baka akala nung ulan siya yung sinuspend.
Oo,
kaya
nga.
pag may suspend.
Nakaabang din pala yung weather natin sa announcement ng gobyerno. Tapos sabi okay, wala din pala tayo. Anyways, I'm glad that you got here safely, no traffic, because yun nga, it's like a holiday. But it's an interesting day for us kasi we're also both compadres. Pare ko na to kasi pareho kaming ninong ni Manoy. Congratulations.
Manoy, congratulations.
Newly married kanina lang. Pwede na siyang matulog sa kama.
Sabi nga niya kanina, hindi daw siya sa closet mag-sleep. At saka sabi niya kay Kim, i-unblock mo na ako sa Facebook.
pati nabablock din pala siya. Ikaw nabablock? Naranasan mo din mablock?
Hindi, si Mrs. paggalit yun, ang tawag doon? Nagdi-disable ng account. So hindi mo siya kahit basta ganoon.
Pero women,
siya nag-walk out sa social media.
Okay, but women will naturally block you naman in real life. They don't need their social media. Talagang it's called the silent treatment.
Kaya nga pag halimbawa puro babae na yung mga president sa iba-ibang bansa, walang gera. Meron lang mga bansa na hindi nagpapansinan.
Oo nga, tama yun.
Ganun ang mangyayari.
So si Ruther po, if you don't know by now, he's a very funny guy. So brace yourselves. It's going to be a lot of laughter because this guy, well, he had his whole career. He's a comedian, no? But he's a serious guy. I think one of the things about you which is why marami ding bashers, siguro, burning bash na tinatawag natin, is because you're a comedian, but you're also a theologian. So parang, ang hirap seryosohin ng theologian na comedian. So parang they're looking at you with a puppet and they're like, oh, this guy can't be serious. Kung dito ka, parang gano'n. Hindi ka pwedeng...
Kailangan naka-box in ka lang kung saan ka.
So pag-usapan natin si Ruther, the comedian. Actually, this guy wears many hats. I'm gonna have a lot of episodes with him with his many hats. Hat number 1, the comedian. How did that start? Have you always been the funny guy? You see any clowns in the family?
Si tatay, talaga, si tatay yung original ng dad jokes. Pero yung daddy mo, magaling din mag-dad jokes.
Okay, can you give me one daddy joke?
Natatanda ko si Papa, pag nanonood kami ng TV, ng mga kids pa kami, tapos may umiyak sa TV, pinapapatay niya yung TV. Patayin niya yan. Gulat kami, bakit po? Kakalawangin.
Mga dad jokes.
Tapos yung sabi niya, merong magdo-drawing siya, tapos sasabihin niya, drawing siya straight line na ganyan. At tinan mo, ano yan? Ano po yan? Nag-drawing ako ng lumubog na barko.
Wala na.
Saan yung barko? Lumubog nga eh.
Or pwede rin. Ano yan? Blanco lang yan. Si ano yan? Di mo kilala? Sa Fantastic Four.
Si Invisible. Tsaka natatanda ko kaming lahat, talagang napaniwala niya kami na meron kaming malaking fish pond. Sabi niya, kasi sa totoo naman yung clan nila, malalaki yung lupa sa Mindanao. Sabi niya, meron tayong fish pond, malaki, sayang lang, nasunog eh. So kami, paniwalang. Mga kids kami, paniwalang. Kinikwento pa ng kapatid ko sa mga classmate niya, may fish pond kami, kaya lang nasunog.
Mga classmate, takang-taka siguro sila. Ano magsasabi nito? Pero, yeah, so we got it from our fathers. Ako, I like to say that pag nakokornihan sila sa joke ko, pasensya nyo na, galing sa tatay ko yan, kakornihan. Pero kung nagustuhan nyo, akin yun.
Tsaka yung mga pastor namin.
Okay.
Marami sa kanila nakakatawa. Lalo yung founding bishop namin nakakatawa siya. Si Bishop Wally Magkalas. Siguro 90 years old na yun si Tatay Wally. Nasa Canada siya ngayon. Ano yan sila? Ang principle niya ito. I did not hear this straight from him. Pero galing dun sa mga mentor niya na naging mga mentors ko. Ang principle ni Tatay Wally, yung truth. Kasi sabi sa Hebrews, di ba, the word of God is living and active, sharper than a double-edged sword. Diba? So, matalim ang truth. Pag careless ka sa truth, sometimes you bring more damage than healing. Kasi finite tayo yung word infinite yun So, kailangan pag vessel ka kailangan maingat ka kung paano mo ibibitaw. Huwag kang basta-basta, bitaw ng bitaw. So, pag nagpipreach siya, sabi niya, ang purpose daw ng humor, para ka daw, yung truth, dahil matalas siya, para ka daw nagsa-surgery. Ang purpose daw ng humor, para daw siyang anesthesia.
I know, I understand it. I have a good friend, you might know him as well, si Pastor Jesse, and God rest his soul. Then him naman is
Pastor Jesse Didel.
Yes, very powerful preacher, pero very funny as well. Feeling ko kikilitiin ka, tapos tatawa ka, tapos biglang, pap, ouch, ouch. Tapos bago ka umiyak sa biglang papatawanin ka ulit. It's there's a really an art to it and humor to it really. And I even heard, halimbawa ang definition daw ng dark humor, somebody once said, kasi somebody I heard who was doing dark comedy, stand-up, sabi niya, ang dark humor daw, ang ibig sabihin nun is laughing at something because it's so hard to comprehend. Parang sa sobrang sakit, sobrang hirap tanggapin, you just laugh about it na lang because you're gonna grow insane if you don't. So tayong mga Pinoy, ganun din. We're naturally gifted, I think, in laughing at darkness. Like when we have
sarili
calamities.
natin, di ba, pag nadapa tayo, tinatawanan natin sarili natin. Basta hindi malaki, walang nabali Yung, sa ating mga Pinoy, almost everything is funny on the first second Diba? Nadapa, ayun, sakit. Di ba? Para yung, basta walang namatay, walang hindi gore, hindi morbid. Pero, ganun. So, tapos, ang pinakamalakas pa tumawa, yung pinaka-close sa'yo. Kasi, best friend mo, yun ang pinakamalakas tumawa. Diba? So, ganun. Tapos, isa pa, di ba sabi ni Dr. Zeus, kasi sabi mo, there's an art to it. Totoo sabi ni Dr. Zeus, when kids laugh more, they learn more. Tapos, related yan sa sinabi ni Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage, Pastor Mark Gungor, one of the well-known marriage counselors, na Christian pastor siya. So, ang sabi niya, here's how memory works. Kaya daw ang babae mas maraming natatandaan compared sa lalaki. Sabi niya, you take an event, mix it with emotions, it burns in your memory forever. You take an event, mix it with emotions, it burns in your memory forever. That's why women tend to remember more because they're loaded with more emotions. Kaya tinan mo, ang natatandaan mo kung hindi heavy drama comedy. Sa buhay mo rin ganun. You rarely remember something that you're not heavily emotionally invested in. So yung earliest memory mo, kung hindi ka sobrang saya niyan, sobrang lungkot mo. Kaya sa, halimbawa, teaching, pag talagang tumusok talaga sa heart na terrorize talaga sila, tandang-tanda nila yon. Kaya lang hindi mo naman pwedeng ganunin, masyado matiterrorize yung tao. No? So, lalo sa bata, hindi mo sila pwede paiyakin, di ba? So, kaya yung humor, it touches the heart So pag na-stimulate yung heart, it goes straight to the memory bank, the permanent memory bank. So mas marami siyang natatandaan.
So ang tanong ko naman is, bakit kaya marami ang laughter or happiness is like a threat? Kasi I've heard it come from you, like when you preach, sa iyo ko narinig yung bakit pag mabagal magsalita, mas banal at mas serious. Kapatid na router, kasama po natin sa programa. O diba? Ang saya-saya. So, I don't know why. When did it start kaya that people got afraid of, being joyful as a serious believer? I'm reminded of not Happy Gilmore, the movie Patch Adams, right? They were mad at this doctor because he was he was funny. See Robin Williams, and he was using humor as part of the medicine because laughter is the best medicine daw. And it was quite effective talaga with the kids, the cancer patients. But the doctors did not like it. So parang may Christian paradox.
Din sa Christians. Parang ang tingin nila, wina-water down mo yung gospel o sinusugarcoat mo o kung ano man, o hindi mo nire-respeto, minamock mo, ganyan. So siguro deep-rooted kasi sa humor culture natin yung insult comedy. So kaya, 'di ba ang uso sa atin ng mga jokes na talagang mga mabentang jokes, yung mga laitan, mga ganyan, mga murahan, laitan, pintasan. So sa Filipino culture, although it works on our advantage at sometimes, sabi mo nga, in the darkest moments we're still able to laugh, we are able to laugh at our own misery. Pero dahil nga ganun ang culture natin, so pag nakakatawa, kung gumagawa ng calculation yung ating subconscious na, so nakakatawa siya. So ibig sabihin, it's either mocking or insulting or degrading someone. So kaya pag tinahin mo siya sa scripture, hindi niya may resistance na malakas yung ating subconscious na hindi pwedeng tumatawa tapos maka-Diyos yung topic tapos may tatawa. Kasi kung makakapag-explain yung subconscious dun sa tao na, kasi ang alam ko sa tawanan, bastusan yan di ba? So kaya hindi mo siya pwedeng isunod doon. So yun, sa tingin ko yun, dahil yung, hiram din naman natin yan, di ba? So mag-type ka ng funny videos, di ba? Almost always, ang lalabas yung mga, top 10 funny videos, ang lalabas yung mga fails, yung mga sumemplang, mga, di ba? Mga ganun, mga naumpog, mga So, pero kasi maraming humor. So, halimbawa ako, ang pinaka-paborito kong humor ay yung point of view. Kami mga point of view stand-up comedian. So, halimbawa, Jerry Seinfeld, yan, point of view, Michael Jr. So, ang kasama ko sa Philippines, si Attorney Ed, yan. So, si Brad Pitt, magaling din niya mag-POV. Yung point of view, you are sharing your observation and your take sa mga issues ng buhay in a humorous way. Humor takes people out of their comfort zone. And it makes them think. Kaya sa tingin ang principle ko sa humor, laughter is not the goal. Kasi yung iba ang gusto, laughter is the goal. Di ba? Ako, laughter is not the goal. Laughter is the road to the goal. The goal is to make sense. That's why it's called sense of humor. If it doesn't have sense, it's just humor.
So my beef with some people is yung wala yung sense of humor. Parang if I make a meme, whether it's a video meant for comedic purposes or make people laugh, the problem is not the people who are laughing or not laughing even if they didn't get the joke, but the people reacting in a way.
Putting malice into it.
Yes. So many content na. I mean, recently gumawa kami ni Manoy yung Gospel Gangster, di ba? And it's supposed to be humorous. Yeah, I'm trying to look at the comments and see what people are saying. I'm waiting for someone to say the typical, grabe, making a mockery out of preaching the word. Ayun, so ganun talaga siguro. But humor is definitely something we find. It's associated with joy. Hindi siya pinagbabawal ng Biblia. In fact, I heard it from you then that you like to say all the time na si Isaac, would you tell them?
Isaac means laughter. Pwede i-argue ng iba na yun, parang etymological fallacy. Pero hindi, kasi nag-pray ako ng matagal. Kasi yung mother-in-law ko, sabi niya sa akin, hindi ako nakakita na si Jesus na ipagtawanan sa Bible. Kaya may obsession ako sa cultural studies kasi gusto ko yung i-unearth. Gusto ko yung ma-uncover. Imposibleng sa 3 taong magkakasama sila Jesus, walang makulit doon.
Kaya nga yung Chosen, yung pinanood na, if you ever watch the Chosen series, it tries to show you a side that could have happened.
Kasi kahit yung mga bashers natin, halimbawa, sa circle nila makukulit din sila So, kaya lang kino-compartmentalize nila. Ibig sabihin, pag godly stuff, wala nang makulit. Pero sa ordinary day, makukulit din sila. Di ba dapat pag Christian ka, wala nang partitions yun? Kasi hindi naman na tayo nasa time ng priesthood ni Aaron na pag nagkamali ka, mamamatay ka. So, tayo, wala nang secular sa atin, lahat sacred So, walang secular space So, ibig sabihin, yung jokes natin dapat wholesome, pero dapat nakakatawa tayo. So, kasi yung laughter, sabi ni Sarah, Sabi niya sa Genesis chapter 21, if I'm not mistaken, sabi niya, God has given me laughter because Isaac means laughter, or he laughed or she laughed. God has given me laughter. And she did not stop there. She said, and anyone who, she did not say, oh, this is just symbolic because the name, no, sabi niya. And anyone who hears about this or this story, my story, will laugh with me. Imagine, yung laughter niya was an expression of doubt. Sabi kasi nung angel, manganak siya next year, same time next year. Tapos,
at how old?
Oo, tapos tumawa siya and she was nearly 100. Tumawa siya. Tapos, sabi nung angel, ipapangalan mo Isaac kasi tumawa ka. You know? So
a reminder to you.
Kaya if you transliterate it, whenever they would pray, they would say, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Jacob. Although Jacob means supplanter, di ba? Pero kaya nga pinalitan siya eh. Kasi sabi ni Lord, what is your name? Pinaamin siya kasi nung huli siyang tinanong ko sino siya, sabi niya si Esau siya eh. What is your name? Jacob. Sabi niya, from this day on you shall be called Israel, which means those who struggle with God. No? Yung Isaac, ang ibig sabihin laughter. Ang tawag nila kay Lord, God of Isaac. Ang ibig sabihin ng Isaac, laughter. So that will give you God of laughter. Kaya me as a Christian and as a humorist, I have this burden in my heart, na bigyan natin the Filipino crowd and most especially the Christian crowd, lagi na lang tayong nagtitiis. Tayo yung pinakamabait na audience eh. I mean, pupunta tayo sa halimbawa sa isang comedy show, tapos nagmumurahan, nagbabastusan, kaya lang kasi wala naman tayong ibang options, walang Christian brand na ganun, so nagtitiis lang tayo. Kasi gusto lang nating matawa. Diba? So, ang dami mga Christian na magagaling. So, in fact, sa US, meron ngang Christian Comedy Festival. Diba? So, sila Taylor Mason, sila Michael Jr., sila Brad Stein. So, sa Philippines, nag-iipon na kami. So,
okay.
So
we're getting there.
So, laughter is God's gift. Therefore, it is sacred. Therefore, we should not perverse it. No? So, dapat ang tawanan, hindi nanggagaling sa kabastusan. Ngayon, kung may ibang gumagawa nun, hindi namang Christian, edi okay lang, you do you. Diba? Pero sa mga Christian, dapat pwede tayong tumawa. Okay? So, yun ang ko dyan. Tsaka, ang laki niya talagang, paano ko ba sasabihin? Ito, explain ko lang, mabilis lang. Nag-medical mission kami. This was many decades ago. Nag-medical mission kami sa Polillo Islands. Okay? Tapos, siguro mga 4 nights kami doon. Ganun. Nung aalis na kami, there's this old man. You can see that, you could see the age on his face. Pero ang lakas niya eh. Kasi siyempre sa probinsya, may dala siyang 2 sako, kamote, ano. Sabi niya, mga anak, sandali lang, hintayin niyo ako. Matakbo siya. Kinarga niya sa mga bangka namin. Sabi niya, maraming salamat sa inyo. Alam niyo, marami nang nagganyan dito. Yung medical mission, yung mga libre check-up, mga nagpapasine, film showing, usong-uso dati, di ba? Mga preaching. Pero sa inyo lang talaga namin naramdaman yung totoong pagmamahal. Nagulat ako. Kasi bakit? Kami lang ba sincere na missionary? Di ba? Mababait din yung ibang missionary. Tapos sabi niya, ito, nung 3 araw na nandito kayo, basta kasi 3 o 4, sabi mga 3 araw na nandito kayo, sobrang saya ng baryo namin. Parang araw-araw fiesta. Ang tagal kong iniisip yun, hanggang pabalik-balik yun sa consciousness ko years na. Tapos na-realize ko, kasi figure out ko, anong meron kami na wala yung ibang mission team? Bakit niya sinabi? Doon lang niya naramdaman. Lahat nagmamahal, pero doon lang niya naramdaman. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, minamahal siya, pero hindi niya naramdaman. Sa amin, naramdaman niya. Alam mo kung bakit? Meron kami mga mga artists doon from children theater, mga boyoyong clowns, mga kami. Meron kami mga comedy skits, mga ansaya. May puppet shows. So, tawanan. Habang nagka-counselor, check up, yung mga bata dito nakiikot, tawanan. Si Tatang nandun lagi tawa rin siya ng tawa. So, tumatagos yun sa puso So, yung sa iba, nakarinig lang siya ng preaching, pero hindi siya sa amin, may preaching na, tapos, bumalik pa siya sa pagkabata niya. So, kaya naramdam niya yung pagmamahal. So, isa yun sa sa kayang gawin ng humor used in the right way.
Yeah, one of my stumbling blocks in growing up in the church is I look at the church and all I see is serious and kumakanta ng ang buhay ng Kristiyano ay masayang tunay
Pero nakasimangot.
mga nakasimangot. So it was a stumbling block for me because I'm like, you're trying to tell me that there's joy in this place, but I don't see it, I don't feel it. So what happens is you look for that somewhere else. And that's exactly what happened with me when I went with the flow. Sabi ko, yung sa church, I don't see any joy or laughter in there. So hahanapin ko lang sa iba. And I try to look for it in the wrong places, only to come back and realize na it's not always like that, or not everywhere it's going to be like that. And at the same time, I had some fixing to do with myself, and then God turned it all around. But I want to say thank you nga, kasi nga last year, I remember, I did check out one of the comedy shows. I think it was the first comedy show in the Philippines na Christian, no?
Yung
Kuya Pastor.
With Kuya
Yes,
Jobert.
I wanted to be there kasi nga it's Kuya Jobert, of course, the legend. Shout out sa kanya. And I said I need this. Not just because you're my friend, and at first nakita ko nga sold out, nalungkot ako. Sabi ko ay hindi na ako makakapunta. But I don't know if I told you, but I was in a low point of my life. I was on the verge of quitting. And I said, I need a massage. And I feel like that's what laughter is. It's a massage sa yung tiyan, sa stomach mo. Di ba? Because when you're laughing. And so that night, I felt like, I felt as good as if I attended a conference. Kasi, Kuya Jobert, he shared his testimony and he incorporated it with his set, and then you did as well. So parang, talagang my crushed bones or dried bones, it felt like na rejuvenate. The Bible says that, a cheerful heart is good for the soul. Medicine.
Is good medicine, but the crushed spirit dries up the bones.
That's right. So,
ano yan halimbawa, yung sakit na autoimmune, bone cancer, ang primary proponent nun, stress.
Ayun.
Stress talaga galing.
So buti na lang, I said, sabi ko nga ng gabi nila, I got to get some good medicine from that show. And you guys should check out anytime they do that, or anytime Kuya Jobert is in town. Because there's a lot of unwholesome comedy out there. And the problem is, it's unwholesome. Yeah, you get a laugh, but at the same time, you're getting some... Parang, kumbaga sa gamot, di ba? You should not take too much gamot kasi it will...
Yung liver mo.
Yung liver mo. So for me, comedy without the wholesomeness, di ba, will do some damage then on the side. So make sure it's going to be pure comedy stuff. So when did you discover you had the spirit or you had that gift of comedy?
Ano kasi, ang ministry ko sa church talaga for the longest time, sa kids. Sa kids talaga, kailangan, it's not the destination, it's the ride para sa mga bata.
So you've been doing the puppets?
Yeah, since I was 12.
And then, when did Titoy come out?
Si Titoy, 1998 yun.
Tagal na rin pala.
Tapos, nag-start ako sa puppetry nung 12 ako, siguro mga 10 years old ako. Nagpunta sa amin ng Batibot. Sila Kuya Sammy Badon. Tapos kasama niya yung group ng school bus. Yung mga puppeteer na school bus. So mga contemporaries ko na sila ngayon. So, tapos, ayun. So hindi ko yun na-outgrow. So tapos nagkaroon ng puppetry ministry sa church namin. Ako lang yung bata na kasama. Kasi puro teenagers, puro mga college students, mga teachers. Ako lang yung student na kasama. Kasi nga, may naturalize daw ako. Kasi makulit ako pinapakailaman ko yung mga gamit. So, pag nangihiram ako, nagpapaalong, tingin naman. So, sabi nila, sige nga, gamitin mo nga. Nung nagde-demo ko, sabi nila, ba't ka marunong? Sabi ko, hindi ka ba alam, naglalaro lang ako. So, sinama nila ako, tinuruan nila ako. So,
yung puppet lang na regular yun.
Yung ganyan.
So, you're doing that. So, that's the start of it, doing that. And then, when did the dummy sort of puppet come out?
Yung ventriloquism.
Yung level up yun parang hindi na siya beginner level. Natutunan ko po yan kasi nga, I told you this story back then. Once upon a time, may missionary na niretire na niya ang kanyang dummy na Billy ang pangalan, the mannequin style talaga, Pro Max.
May guhit dito.
Pro Max, yung may guhit dito. Tapos yung likod niya, ang dami palang mga levers at kung ano, napapapikit mo siya. Di ba? So, akala ko madali lang kasi ang ganda. And every time I watched them in person, I was so delighted. And so, I thought I could do something like that, no? And then what happened was, pinag-aralan ko, I tried it. And ventriloquism, that's another thing. Yung magsalita ka ng hindi bumubukas yung bibig mo. But it's harder than you think. I mean, it's not just even about moving your lips, but it's also even about how you interact. And but there's so many components, and so congratulations to you. You were able to make it through. But my temptation back then, and the reason why I didn't become a ventriloquist, is because nagkaroon ako ng trauma. Kasi may DVBS kami noon, and I wanted to showcase what I've tried, and I tried to be a ventriloquist, and then finally, nung may DVBS na, it's a chance for me to showcase what I've learned the past months of trying this. So wala akong confidence. And sabi ko, ang gagawin ko na lang, gagamitin ko yung mannequin na parang normal puppet. So may piano, tapos nandun yung mga bata, and then ilalabas ko na lang si Willie ng ganun. So there you go. So once it was my time, I put Billy up there. Hi everyone, I'm Billy. So I'm confident, nandito yung mic, and I don't have to be conscious about my lips anymore. And then all of a sudden, may narinig akong batang umiiyak. And I'm like, bakit kaya may umiiyak? And pagtingin ko sa taas, yung ulo ni Billy ay nakaharap sa akin. So exorcism ang nakita nilang show. So, di ko na inulit yun ever since.
Kasi nakahiwalay ang head nun eh.
Oo. So, it's not meant to be like that. It's meant to be by your side. Totally you. Hi. So, failed. Ayun. So, yung doll na yun, by the way, is still at our church somewhere.
Wow.
Paikot-ikot siya somewhere. The head is somewhere. The body, I think it's in the back of the stage. I'll check if it's still there. I saw the body headless, and then I put it in the back of the closet. So when someone goes there, and so anyway. Okay, but congratulations, you did make it to the finals. I know I said winner, pero that is something for a Christian ventriloquist, lalong-lalo na. And were you surprised? I mean, iba-iba yung competition doon. You had a singer, you had dancers, and you were the puppeteer or ventriloquist.
Sabi nung isang namin, officer, high-ranking officer sa community, mga magicians and variety artists, sabi niya, hindi nyo kailangan manalo. Pag nakapasok kayo sa finals, ibig sabihin, kayo yung representative ng buong art form nyo.
Wow.
So, ibig sabihin, sa art form nyo, at this point in time, kayo yung the best. So, ako naman, kasi, dumating na ako sa point ng life ko na wala na akong, lalo nung nag-pandemic, na wala na ako ng interest kung sino yung the best. Kasi na-realize ko, when people were dropping like flies, parang sa akin, hindi pala yun, so ngayon ko, ikaw yung pinakamagaling, ngayon, parang ganun. Dati, conscious ako kung sino mas magaling sa ganito, sa ganyan. So, I keep up with the pace, no? Although, nasa top 3 ako, sabi ng, most recognized, no? Hindi naman technically best, pero most recognized. Sabi ng CCP Encyclopedia of Performing Arts, siguro mga year 2024. Tapos, yun sa PGT, ang gusto lang namin doon, kaya ako sumali. Kasi pinasali ako ni Lord doon yung hindi ako pinapatulog. Tapos, nag-e-echo sa consciousness ko yung, what have you done with the talent I have given you? Tapos, yung parable of the talents, yung nagre-report sila sa master that ito yung ginawa namin, ito yung so ganun. Tapos, di talaga ako makatulog mga 3 nights. Kasi ayaw din, tapos nung sinabi ko yung intention ko sumali, ayaw din nila, pati misis ko ayaw, manager ng group namin, ayaw nila kasi sabi nila, you have a reputation to protect. Meron ka you are at a certain level in your career dito sa community natin. May pangalan ka na sasali ka doon, pag na-buzz off ka doon, masisira yung market value mo. Which is true, di ba? Kasi imagine,
it's a risk.
Oo, halimbawa, meron ka you are at a reputable stage, meron ka kasi parang musicians yan Hindi kami kilala ng masa, pero kilala kami sa community namin. No? So tapos makikita ka, ibabuzz off ka doon kasi, so paano ka ngayon ibebenta? Di ba? Sino? Masisira yung career mo. So, tapos, pero sabi ko, pinapasali ako ni Lord. So, tapos nag-usap-usap pa kami sa community, yung mga top performers namin, sila Alakim, sila Sabi ko sa kanila, this is a banner competition, meaning, Pilipinas Got Talent eh. Hindi ito noontime show na segment o ano. This is Pilipinas Got Talent, no. Eh merong America's Got Talent, merong Britain's Got Talent and all that. Sabi ko, if you think kasi sabi ko, itong problema, pag hindi tayo sumali, ang sasali yung mga nasa ilalim natin, mga neophytes, mga junior natin. Kasi, syempre, merong rank, may hierarchy yun sa community. Sabi ko, sila yung sasali, natural. Alangan naman walang sumali. Ito ang problema natin. Makikita tayo ng international community. Sasabihin ng international community, yan lang ba yung kayang gawin ng mga Pinoy? Ayan lang pala yung kayang gawin ng Pinoy. So, sabi ko sa kanila, if you think you are the best in what you do, you owe it to the Philippines to show up. Doon kami natigilan talaga eh. Hindi ko alam kung saan ko kinuha yun. Pero yun ang sinabi ko, utang na loob natin sa Pilipinas na magpakita. No? Kasi pinapanood tayo ng ibang bansa, meron din silang ganito sa ginagawa natin. Alam naman yung mga bago ang sasampa. Diba? Bigyan natin ng kahihiyan yung bansa natin. Hindi yan alam ng mga tao, yung internal struggle dun sa group namin. Tapos sabi nila, ang hirap niyan kasi may YouTube na. Bagong panganak pa lang yung YouTube nun eh. Sabi nila, pag pumalpak ka dyan, may apo ka na, nasa YouTube ka pa. Di ba? So, ang hirap. So, it was really a big risk for us. It was a leap of faith. No? So, ako, ang concern ko lang masunod ko si Lord. Kasi, pag di mo nasunod si Lord, talagang hahabulin ka ng conviction eh. Hindi ka napapatulugin eh. Sinunod ko lang, nagbunga naman.
Praise God. Now, I was just at the wake of your mom, by the way, condolences.
Yeah, salamat po.
And how are you now? Are you okay? I mean, I know it's only been...
May nagtanong sa akin the other day kumusta ka na? Sabi ko, hindi ko pa alam po ang sagot dyan. Sabi ko, ang alam ko lang, nasa kamay ako ni Lord, yun lang. So, so, basta iba, wala kang maikumpara sa experience na yan. Na mawala yung mama mo. So,
but, I hope you know, I mean, I didn't want to invite you then because I know it's just last week. But I feel like as someone who has, gone through the same, we both lost our dads back then. And that's why we became really close because I remember...
Nag-stand-up comedy ako sa daddy.
Yon. And even after that, we were, I remember we were speakers at the camp. And then after we did our sessions, we would hang out and we would talk about our fathers and, just going through it. But I understand, that, one way to heal is to just go out there and do your routine. And, of course, halimbawa ngayon, pahinga muna ang some work. But then some stuff, you have to keep yourself moving. And also, in a way, you honor your parents because that's what they would want you to do then. But anyways, I won't forget what you shared in the eulogy, that when you won or when you did make it to the semis, your mom said, kaya ka pala hindi nalaglag.
Kasi they were trying to abort me.
And you told that story, and that really was touching because they tried, right? And it got me thinking, well, as a good friend, is that what made him crazy?
Oo, kasi nga, hindi ako normal mag-isip.
Yes, hindi siya normal.
Hindi ako maintindihan ng mga tao.
Yeah, and then you told us that when you're reading the Bible, you see yourself, parang super book talaga, real life, sitting there at a table with Jesus, with Judas, and you see it that way. But that's not crazy. I think that's how we should be reading our Bibles, as in picture yourself right there. And sometimes you can even be laughing like, this is kind of funny. Jesus healed somebody who was blind. He could have just said, see, but he had to go.
Tapos inutusan pa niya, maghugas ka. Yung
Yeah.
bulag.
So parang, that's not to bash the Lord or what. It's just, maybe sometimes, we can say that God does have a sense of humor. Because he also was here with us. He experienced, and in the first place, he also gave us this sense of ability to laugh and stuff like that. So going back to what I was saying, I think rather than make you crazy, I think it's a good crazy. Made you a little genius, I would say. But of course, I would not recommend it. Gusto niyo maging genius ng inyong anak. Gusto niyo maging semi-finalist ng PGT. Subukan yung palaglag.
Hindi, parang, hindi ko alam kung si Einstein yung nagsabi, na yung difference ng crazy tsaka ng genius, hair strand lang. It's just a hair strand. So,
and then, what I like about him also is, Titoy is just one of his puppets. And siguro, watch out for them on upcoming episodes, I might have them here. I'll talk to them as well. Ask ko sila how he is treating them. Kung kinukulong ba niya. Baka naman bigla kang ma-raid, bro, kasi kinukulong mo sa CR ng 2 hours.
Yan lang ang puppet. Wala pa, yun, as far as Filipino puppeteers go, si Titoy lang ang puppet na hindi niya alam na puppet siya. Yun yung ano namin.
Yung angle. Okay, sige. Parang AI lately. Nakakatakot. Anyways, so you do have a series of puppets. You have Titoy,
Lolo Teddy. Those are the strongest characters. Tapos meron akong pang toddler. Ang kaso, si Tango, yung orangutan na baby. Ang kaso, nag-stop na ng production si Steve Axtell sa LA. Hindi na siya gumagawa ng ganun. Latex yun eh. So over the years, nag-melt off na. So, pero yung personality na lakas. Iba-iba sila. Si Tango is very strong with toddlers. Titoy, kids intermediate, tapos mixed crowd. May adults, may kids. Effective si Titoy. Si Lolo Teddy, all adults. Lalo pag couples, sobrang lakas.
So I'm trying to pick his brain right now. I'm analyzing, wow, he has how many gigabytes for this and how many terabytes for this. Just to, have a content for each of those. It's a channel and it's each.
Against the flow.
And then, during the pandemic, guess what? Another thing came out, and it's not a puppet, but it's called Bible Ninja. And so that's interesting as well. I want to say congratulations to you because you don't see these things happening. I mean, who holds a Bible study with hundreds as an audience regularly online? I mean, you're the only one I see doing it. I have a struggle, getting 10 in my Bible study in our local church. Of course, we closed that sa mga members and stuff. But still, how did that happen? It's Bible study, di ba? Usually, hey, gather here, meron kaming jamming, we'll sing your request, love songs. So yun, yung mga ganon, okay pa eh. Talagang, lalo na kung magaling ka kumanta and stuff.
Sa Kumu, di ba? Tsaka sa Facebook.
Pero now, you have the Bible Ninja and congratulations. How many years na? How many seasons?
Yung Bible Ninja, nag-stop na ako magbilang ng seasons pagkatapos ng 500 plus episodes.
Yeah, ang dami na.
So, sa pandemic yun 2 years yun every night. So, tapos, yung conference natin, nakatatlong conference na tayo.
And we've been there for the past 3 years. I was there and it's always a joy, by the way. Thank you for inviting me. And watch out for the next one. But maybe next year, it's gonna be something else muna.
Oo, muna tayo. Parang yung ginawa ng Love Struck, nagpahinga ng konti. So, kasi ayun nga, kamamatay lang ni Mama, tas ang daming. So, tapos I'm raising funds for the church lot. So, siguro mas i-focus ko yung energy doon sa Christian comedy para yung proceeds nun donate dun sa church lot.
Or maybe Comedy Ninja.
Kasi yung Bible Ninja talagang sobrang yung conference sobrang stressful na event yan para talagang talaga.
I was with him and then I drove for you pa nga. Remember that? You picked me up in Alabang and I drove for him because he was like on the verge of getting sick.
Yung huling Bible Ninja, natrangkaso ko pagkatapos eh.
Pagkatapos pa
mga 3 days o 4 days akong pahinga talaga. Pero syempre yung event talagang focus tayo kay Lord talaga, pero yung preparation kasi it's an event eh. So the preparation and all the multimedia, mga guests, tapos funds, yan, puro abono yan. puro abono. So pero sobrang thankful ako kay Lord na sinustain yung hindi dati biruan lang yun eh, yung conference eh, di ba? Tapos nakatatlo pa tayo. So I'm eyeing siguro next pahinga tayo isang taon. Tapos 2027 mag-music museum na tayo.
Alright. We'll watch out for that.
Hindi lang ako comfortable kasi lahat naman ng mga conference sobrang lalaki. Alam mo, Cuneta Astrodome, ganyan. Gusto ko yung Bible Ninja, yung you feel like you're inside the conference. No?
Yeah, you're really...
Kasi sometimes when you're seated at the back row, far on the...
It's kind of intimate.
You feel like, halimbawa, Cuneta Astrodome, nasa dulo ka, no? Kasi umuupo ako sa ganun eh. Pag speaker ako, bago ako mag-speak, sumasama ako doon sa delegates namin. Sometimes, ang feeling mo, nagko-conference sila, nanonood ka lang. So, pag yung mga, at least 1,000 lang, tapos yung theater na maayos, ramdam na ramdam mo na nasa loob ka talaga nung conference.
Parang intimate wedding lang, di ba? Parang kanina as we were in the intimate wedding, I was like, whoa, this is amazing. It's like you don't attend much of these, but when you do, it's like a breath of fresh air.
Grabe yung message dun sa iniisip ko yun yung message sa wedding ni Manoy kanina. Sana maging inspiration siya sa mga sa mga tao, no? Mga couples, lalo mga lalaki, no, na tsaka mga babae na hindi kailangan fancy yung wedding. Sometimes it's not how you do it, it's what it means. No, so talagang gawin na natin kasi ito yung pinapagawa ni Lord, gawin na natin.
Minsan nagwe-wait ka pa ng and then I loved how they handled it. We got to do it now to get right with God. We're not trying to get right with people. Kasi nga, if you try to adjust to people, then nadidiri lang tayo. And so going back to what we're talking about, and so the Bible Ninja Conference, you gotta attend that because it's like the Super Bowl of Bible quiz in the Philippines. Na
dumadayo pa mga taga Nueva Ecija.
Talagang, kumbaga sa taekwondo or parang Cobra Kai. Tournament na ng karate pero Bible ang
Ang prayer ko nga ang prayer ko sa 2027 magsisend tayo ng letters halimbawa sa Victory, sa CCF na send in your best, di ba, para talagang battle talaga, di ba? So ang saya So ang inspiration ko diyan yung mga Bible festival sa Bethel Bible College ng mga bata pa kami kasi every year nagko-compete kami doon, maraming beses kami nanalo doon. So pero ngayon iniisip ko ba't parang wala nang ganun. Kung meron man, pang bata lang.
Yeah.
So,
masaya yun Kasi nga parang, the reason I like it is because marami tayong liga, basketball, volleyball, sports fest, and masaya yung mga yan And how much more should we be having fun with the word in the sense of having friendly, healthy competition that will even sharpen your Bible knowledge. Even as an audience, you're watching and you're not a participant, you are really learning sino nga ba yung naging asawa ni ganito, diba? Yun. So anyways, it's
sobrang amazing ng Bible kasi ilang dekada na natin binabasa yan, meron ka pa rin natututunan bago. Iba siya. It's something you never stop learning.
And that's what I want to commend you for, brother. And this is something I want to say to the bashers out there as well, that you back off from my brother because I have his back. And go ahead and bash me as well. Cancel me, whatever you want. But I just want to say I want to commend you for, you're not just someone who reacts to the Bible. You read something and then you give your insights. That's not him at all. Because some people are like that. Yung mga kulto, talagang Jesus swept. O ibig sabihin, nagwalis si Jesus. Yan yung interpretation ko. Parang, that's final, okay? That's, pero you really look at the scholars, you dig down deep into the culture, the text, and all that. So people, like I said, people don't see that because they see you as the puppeteer, ventriloquist, the comedian, instead of the theologian. And so that's what this episode is. I'm trying to let you guys know that you could be both those things, just like Ruth right here. And pastor pa siya. Diba? Married to a pastora pa.
Ano ako, pastor's husband.
Pastor's husband na pastor pa.
Kasi yung wife ko, she's not a pastora on the merits of being married to a pastor. She's really functioning as she does pastoral work talaga. So,
nauna siyang magpastor sa iyo.
Oo, kasi tinatakbuhan ko yan. Pareho naman kami tumatakbo dyan. Ayaw namin. Alam mo, napansin ko rin sa Bible, yung mga pinaka-effective na leaders, yung mga hindi atat maging leader. Yung mga pinaka-effective na speaker, yung mga hindi galit sa mic. Alam mo yun, di ba? Yun ang kinukuha ni Lord. So,
in my experience, the more you try to hide yourself under the rock, the more God will pick you up and lift you up. But if you try to place yourself on the top talaga, then tatago ka ni Lord. Kasi, believe it or not, introvert ako. Yeah.
Ako rin.
when I'm by myself, lalong-lalo na, I'm like, no, it's hard to believe, but once God calls you out there, talagang you just want to go and do it talaga. Anyways, you want to give shout-outs to Pastora, by the way?
Pastora Jane, I love you. At kay Sky at sa lahat ng mga kasama namin sa buhay namin at sa bahay namin.
Siguro, guess ko si Pastora minsan. What's it like being married to a comedian?
Gigisahin lang ako.
Payback time. Oo. Di ba yung
meron siya talagang gift na hindi ko kaya. Yung people skills niya, sa people management. Kasi ang gift ko, alam ko yung limits ko tsaka yung strengths ko Ang pinakamalaking crowd na natayuan ko, Pastor, 30,000 So sa tingin ko, kaya ko yung 50. Ibig sabihin, kaya ko ano ba yung pinakamalaki sa atin? Na arena sa atin? Philippine Arena.
Sa Bulacan.
kaya kong tumayo dyan nang hindi ako magkukulay suka, no? Na hindi ako himatayin. No? Siguro mag-jitters ako. Siyempre, magpipray ako. Pero kaya yun ng guts ko. No? Pero so yun ang calling ko. Evangelist ako eh. I think I took it after my father's calling. No? Pero yung iba kasi yung pastoral ministry. Pastoral ministry is caring for the people. Problema nila, problema mo rin. May iba siya, wala siyang oras. Madaling araw yan, magtatakbo sa ospital. O kaya gigisingin ako, itakbo mo si ano sa ospital. Kasi ganun ang pastor. Di ba, alam mo, ikaw pastor kay. Mula dedication, kasal, burol, di ba? Pag may naposes, pag may nag-aaway na mag-asawa, may maghihiwalay, may suicidal, lahat yan involved ka. Iba yung ministry ng pastor eh. So, ang taas ng respeto ko dyan eh. Tapos, sinasabi ko rin sa mga church people o kung pag-guest ako, sinasabi ko rin na don't pitch the ministers against each other because we have different callings. Hence, we have different giftings. Don't try to look for the evangelist charisma. Don't try to demand it from your resident pastor kasi problema kayo ng pastor nyo eh. Kaming mga itinerant speaker, di naman namin kayo problema eh. So, iba-iba kausap namin. Mas marami kaming time mag-study. Hindi katulad yung resident pastor na talagang sub-sub siya sa... Kaya merong mga pastor, hindi magaling mag-debate, di ba? Kasi hindi naman yun ang priority nila. Hindi nila priority manalo ng debate. Ang priority nila, alagaan yung mga pinaalaga sa kanila. Kaya madalas, yung mga laging hanap ng away, pansinin mo, wala silang pastoral ministry.
Kasi yun na yung they're trying to gatekeep heaven and maybe that's their maging police.
Siguro kapag naka-experience talaga sila kung gaano talaga kahirap yung ministry sa pag mag-aalaga ka na ng community, talaga ng community, no, na nung pandemic, binenta ni Mrs. yung car niya, binenta niya yung mga bags niya. Ako, binenta ko yung the stuff I use, mga pinag-ipunan ko, mga suits ko, kasi wala naman ang events, di ba? Mga suits ko, mga games ko, mga benta para maalagaan yung community. Siguro pag dumating sila sa point na yan, no, siguro kakalma sila ng konti. Mag-mature sila. No?
Yeah, so we have nothing but love then to the Burning Bash community. But brother, I hope and pray that you experience the love of Christ and what Ruther was just saying here. And right now, it's time for us to say goodbye. But before that, any last...
Kailan ba ito i-ere?
This Sunday.
Okay, September 12, merong Thou Shalt Laugh Again. Yan. So, si Christian Comedy...
What? Nasa Bible ba yun?
Christian comedy show.
Inuunahan ko na.
Pero ni-request kasi ng Monstera Cafe na i-feature namin si Brad Pitt. Si Brad Pitt naman, wholesome naman ang material niya. No? So, ang headliner si Brad Pitt, ang kasama niya ako, at saka si Attorney Edward Chico sa Monstera Cafe sa Silang, Cavite.
I encourage everyone because it's good, clean comedy and it's like therapy. I mean, like I said, if you're stressed, you either get a massage on your back. But if you want a massage for your tummy, these comedy events is something to try.
Naalala ko si Pastora Faithy nung sinabi mo, di ba, na stressed ka and all. Si Pastora Faithy, nung magkasabay kayo na, nanood kayo na nag-iiyakan daw yung mga, yung mga...
She went to another batch.
Yung sa Viva Cafe siya. Nag-iiyakan daw yung mga disciples niya, yung mga kasama niya sa church. Alam mo bakit? Kasi 2 years na daw nilang hindi nakikitang tumawa si Pastora Faithy. Doon lang nila ulit nakikitang tumawa si Faithy kasi sa bigat ng trabaho.
Yeah, it is. So parang feeling ko nga yung stress, bigat na nasa loob, yung parang tawagin natin siyang lamig. And then the humor, the fun, the laughter is yung nagpupush sa kanya. So go get some of that. Any last words to...
Sa Every Nation, gines nila ako minsan dyan, appreciation for the military, Air Force. May lumapit sa akin, after my set, 15 minutes lang yun ha. That's one of the rare moments na may standing ovation pagkatas ng testimony and performance ko. Nilapitan ako nung major, kinamayan niya, I forgot his name, sabi niya, I can't remember the last time I laughed. Thank you. Sa Iloilo, na experience ko pagkatas ng performance ko, birthday party to hindi to, basta simple birthday party. Nilapitan ako ng isang family. Tapos yung mommy nila, may edad na. Niyakap ako. Sabi niya, Iho. Thank you. thank you for giving me back my ability to laugh. My daughter died this year. And since she left, this is the first time I laughed again. Parang for a year or basta less than a year, ilang months na siyang hindi tumatawa. Yung buong family, nag-group hug kami. So, it's something really special. So, kung ano po, sana sa community, ang message ko, wag nating i-demonize yun. Kung wholesome naman o kung wholesome yung content, yung ano, hayaan natin. Kasi sobrang odd na yung mga nangbabash sa mga Christian comedians, tumatawa sila sa mga perverse na comedy. So, Christian sila, no? So ayun, sana maging mas lenient tayo sa isa't isa. Let's give each other a space to elbow because at the end of the day, the Lord will be the judge, no? So ang gawin natin, magmahalan tayo, no? Ang itanong mo sa sarili mo, is this loving? No? So ayun, maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat. Pastor Jordan, thank you
Don't forget to like and subscribe sa aming channel, sa
Ruther
lahat,
TV,
all the socials.
Against the Flow. Only dead fish swims with the current.
Ayun. And with that, I want to end with saying, yeah, the Bible says, crushed spirit, no, is it dries up the bones. Kaya anong kailangan? Have some funny bones, no? And that's it. My name is Jordan, and again, like what he said, only dead fish swim with the current. So let's all go against the flow.
Ang